Hello and welcome to the information on Feedback is Gold for Leaders. Really excited to have you here. I'm Rachel Pickworth from Mad Leaders, which stands for Make a Difference Leaders. Now, you're in the right place if you are a leader yourself and you want to grow, you want to develop, you want to provide greater value to the business, or you're responsible for developing leaders. And either way, this is for you. So I'm so excited to provide this program. This is really juicy content. And this program is all about providing information, feedback to leaders so they deeply understand how they can make critical shifts to go to the next level. This is about accelerating leadership growth and also career growth. So the backstory is for the last 20 years, I've been working with leaders, largely one-to-one in a coaching relationship, but also providing facilitation and programs and so on. And over the 20 years, there have been many times where I've worked with one-to-one coaching programs with leaders who have been through the traditional, typical online, anonymous, secretive 360-degree feedback process. And what I found was that the outcomes that the business was hoping for weren't really achieved. So often the leaders were feeling confused, were second guessing themselves, felt powerless, and were even bruised. And so I thought along the way, how can I create something for the leaders I'm working with that is really empowering, that is really powerful? And so over time, I developed an informal 360-degree feedback process, which I call Feedback is Gold, which empowers the leaders to go out to the business to get really specific, juicy feedback to allow them to understand the critical shifts to make from the varying perspectives around them, right? Because a two-up manager of a leader expects something very different from perhaps the peers that they're working with, or their manager may have a different perspective on what good leadership looks like or what is needed from this leader. And then, of course, we have the direct reports. And so what's really powerful is that when a leader has a growth mindset and wants to grow, and we come up with a why statement, we come up with goals in the first workshop, and when we get the leader's mindset ripe and ready to go out and seek powerful feedback from the business and give people permission to receive that feedback, and we have tools and it's done in a really powerful way. When a leader goes out to seek out that feedback, they're armed then with information that enables them to understand deeply what are my top development opportunities and what I consider to be my top strengths. And so we then have an outcome of a very targeted, relevant, aligned development plan. And we want that. Because what I also find, I've just finished delivering the Elevate program, my large program I run. I have just finished delivering that for Department of Transport. And in our closing session, I put people into breakout rooms, groups into breakout rooms, and asked them to debrief on what was powerful about the Feedback is Gold module that was within the program. And that group came back, and the spokesperson for the group said, what was really powerful for us with our group is that all of us discovered through our feedback journey that what we had down as our top priorities for development in our development plans, were actually not what others saw as our top priorities. They had other ideas on what the top priorities are. And in fact, some of the people had things down as priorities for them that the others felt were actually strengths. And so when you think about the risk of having a misaligned professional development plan and the investment involved in time and energy and the investment financially from the business, but also what's the loss of potential. So if we know and we're crystal clear about what the opportunities for development are for a leader, and they start addressing those gaps and start accelerating growth in those areas, that's when we see considerable shifts. But what became really interesting when I was working with the coaching clients and they would go through this process is one thing I didn't expect was the gold that would come out of the debrief conversations. So it's not just the feedback and filling in a tool and so on, it's then debriefing it, discussing it, going deeper, asking for context about particular feedback topics, and also being able to share the goals and the why statement, being able to create a deeper relationship with these people is really, really powerful. And that's kind of that intangible hidden gold that comes out of this program. We have the feedback and getting clear about that. We have the mindset piece. We have, but we have these powerful conversations. Also, the manager of the participants is along for the ride. So the manager attends for some time in the first workshop and comes to help complete in the final workshop to ensure that we maximize the outcomes of the program and we continue these conversations moving forward. What also comes out of this is those powerful conversations that have been had through the program with the people who have provided feedback. There is an opportunity to circle back in the future to build on those conversations and to continue that growth. So it's not just through this program. This is setting people up with the tools, the mindset, the relationships, and a process to be able to continue that and accelerate that growth moving forward. So yeah, it's just, there's so much to this. I've put a lot of information on the page below. I invite you to take a look. The other thing I'll mention is that this program can be run in-house. So I do have the public programs, but you can also bring this into your organisation. You can even have it co-branded and your own portal and so on. I will mention that. And yeah, there's a lot. It's all on the page below. Really excited to have you here. You know, this is about revolutionising the feedback process. We don't want leaders coming out of a process feeling confused and bruised. We want them feeling excited and empowered, and to have a process where they know that feedback is powerful and they've got a mindset where they want to go out and get it, but also they're leading by example and showing other people in the business that feedback is gold. And it just helps build a feedback culture in a business, particularly when multiple people are going through the program at once within an organisation. That's enough from me. Happy to have you here. Invite you to read on and reach out if you have any questions. Bye for now.